Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Pfister X-treme, and I'm about to have a massive accident in it, yeah. So, electric supercar, quick acceleration, that first little dip in the road, sent my back wheels up off the ground. And so when it came time for the brakes, only the front tires were on the ground, and I completely missed my turn. What was funny is if you were watching in the top left-hand corner, and if you weren't, go back and watch it, is all three of the blue cars, which is mine. Two people borrowed my car and one person borrowed Sven's. All three of the blue cars managed to go off or crash in some fashion right at the beginning of the race, giving Team Pink up there a chance to really get ahead. And yeah, physics are doing a thing, but I'm doing my best to try to catch up to Charlie. But the car is kind of going wherever it feels like, it seems. It's just kind of all over the place. But it looks like Charlie had a bit of his own issues with some terrain there, so I am closing the gap. But this is the second of two parts of our season finale for A Safehouse in the Hills. We test all of the vehicles from each DLC and wheel it off-road to find out how quickly they can go up the mountain. But then we bring them back down in the controlled descent to see if you're trying to, not fall off the mountain in calamities. What that looks like, and how it handles bumps and jumps and its braking and all that good stuff. And then we take them back to the top and fling them off the side for a damage descent, where we do consumer product testing. We do vehicle safety testing to see what type of damage you can expect when your vehicle inevitably falls off the side of the mountain. Then, at the very end of all of that testing for each update, we take the two fastest and the two slowest and we race them up and down the mountain with fireworks and actual fire and big animated tubes to drive through, all kinds of fun stuff. And we just see who can get up and down the mountain, because we have to go up and down, and then we go up. Ooh, almost jumped on top of me. And then we go up and back down again. So, it's a little bit of a trip, but it is a lot of fun, and you can take part in the fun by becoming a member of the Vainglorious Discord server. Whether or not you're going to join us for our community videos and streams. Oh, hi, Hobo. Oh, and now I'm jumping over someone. But whether or not you're going to join us for our recordings and streams, we also have people who play a ton of different games on every platform imaginable. I mean, I think we've got like some DOS players out there. Maybe some Commodore 6. Nah, you can't. There's no multiplayer Commodore 64. Were there? I don't think so. They had modems, but I don't think multiplayer games are really a thing at that point. Excuse my silence there for a second. I had to cough. My allergies are doing wonderful things because I went outside, and when it comes to my allergies, outside equals bad. And so if I go outside the rest of the day, I cough and sneeze and wheeze and my eyes itch. And it's a great, wonderful existence to have. Because, you want to go outside, get a little exercise, get a little fresh air. And in my case, I definitely need the exercise. But, then you wind up sick the rest of the day. So, is it really a good thing? I don't know. Man, I've worked my way back and forth. I was gaining on Charlie. Now I got to catch back. But never mind. Hi, Hobo. Bye, Hobo. I'll say I have to catch back up to Hobo, but then he kind of made a mistake on his own, and I got by. But, oh my goodness, I'm not having the best time there. So, once again, Hobo takes third place from me. I wonder if I'm going to get it back. I can't remember how this race turned out. It was, at the time of recording this voiceover, it had been 2 weeks and a day already. By the time you see it, it'll be 3 weeks and a day. Guess what day I'm recording the voiceover? It's Monday, in case you couldn't figure that out. End of the month. Going past our sheriff there, who is blocking off the entrance to the sawmill, just in case one of us thinks it's a good idea to drive back there. Ooh, we have oncoming traffic, so we got to be careful to not interfere by staying to the right. And I think, yep, this is the one I missed. I gotta remember to move that checkpoint. I haven't done it yet. I should have done it, but I haven't. Mainly because any little change you do to the race, even like each season when I go in and add the new cars from the new updates, I have to retest the whole race again. Like, I shouldn't have to just because I added new vehicles. Like, that does not change whether or not the race is a complete race. That's silly, Rockstar. Knock it off. I could see maybe major relocation of checkpoint if I move a checkpoint 5 feet to the left. I don't know. I just don't feel I should have to retest the race for that. It's not going to alter the race. I guess maybe if you moved it 5 feet to the left where nobody can get to the checkpoint, who knows. But what I do know is the Extreme is not my favorite car to drive. Just on the street and even in regular races, it's just kind of there. I don't know. It's like a lot of the electric supercars. And I don't have anything against electric cars. I kind of would like to have an EV in real life if I had an at-home charging solution. But in-game, they tend to just all be the same thing. Lots of acceleration. Mostly grip monsters. Though this one, despite being all-wheel drive, does have a very weird power mix. It has 81% of the power going to the rear wheels and the remaining 19 going to the front wheels. So just enough to kind of give you some pull from those front wheels, but not enough that it's as bad when it comes to understeer as some of the other all-wheel drive cars that are closer to a 50-50 split in power. So really interesting. I kind of forgot that I can cut this corner on the second ascent up. And, oh well, that cost me a few seconds. But it's not like those few seconds are really going to do much. But if you look at the top left-hand corner, there is a bit of a battle for second place going on there between Charlie and Hobo. Hobo managed to do what I could not, and he has caught up to Charlie. And he is right there, as Charlie likes to say, sniffing those cheeks. Yeah, they are. But they're both about to go off the jump, so, you know, that could go either really well or really badly. They're both in a borrowed vehicle. And the things about oh my gosh, they both got one heck of a launch. Look at that. Wow. The thing about borrowing a car from somebody is you don't always inherit the armor that they put on it. And therefore, you could possibly blow up. Wow, Charlie got such a launch, he took first away from Sven. That's crazy. I angled downward a little bit, but still not a bad launch because I got way over to the right where I wanted to be. And then if you can get this bit right, you can get a little further to the right and avoid these trees. Unfortunately, I did not. But if you do, you can skip a huge chunk of the damage descent. I wish we could skip that stupid stunt camera. I hate it. I had read on Reddit that if you lock a race to first person... Oh, check this out. Boop. I thought that was the one where I was sitting flying. But I had read that if you lock a race to first person, it gets rid of the stunt camera. That's not true. So everybody who's always just like, oh, Reddit always has the answer. Sometimes they have the wrong answer. Charlie took first place. Finn finishing in second. I might not finish since I just slid a huge distance on my roof. And then Potato Chip still looks like he's up mountain somewhere. You know what? This was like the second or maybe third race he had ever done in Will It Off-Road. So the fact that he managed to go back up the mountain is pretty good. A lot of people don't make it that far. I, however, did a lovely jump over the woodpile. There he is. Oh yeah, I remember what happens here. He manages to catch the boost going the wrong direction. He was going to DNF anyway, so at least he got a really nice comical ending to him just getting boosted off towards Polito Bay down there. And I loved it. But yeah, we will take a look at our winner celebrating their victory. Nice salute. And what is that mustache? And then we'll get a peek at the leaderboard, and that'll bring us to our next vehicle. The Grotti GT750, and I love this car. But full disclosure, I said earlier that we raced the two fastest and the two slowest. Well, in this case, that's not true. This is actually the third fastest up the mountain. The second place was about a second and a half faster with the Buffalo STX Pursuit, but you cannot race emergency vehicles, which is a major oversight. With as many emergency vehicles as exist in the game now, and that we can own and spend ridiculous amounts of money on, we should be able to race them. I mean, the only thing they're good for is, one, if you're into role play, I guess. You know, there's a bunch of cop outfits, and you can go wee-woo around town and pull your friends over and pretend to cite them for a DUI or something. I don't know. But there's not enough role play elements in vanilla GTA to even make that a worthwhile thing, in my opinion. The second, you can use it for dispatch work, which when, you know, that was double or triple or quadruple money or whatever it was when I was getting like 75 grand for each one I was doing, that's not a bad income. However, the cars are so expensive. Like the cheapest one's like what, $3 million, going up to like $5.5 million. It's just kind of nuts. So Rockstar, you should at least let us race these. They are incredible machines. Not these, the police cars, and we should be able to race them. However, the GT750 is one of my favorites from this update. I thought he was going to get an overtake, literally. Just because it's not the fastest sports classics, you know, but it is well balanced. It has decent grip. It has enough power to get moving, but here in the dirt, not so much power that you're going to constantly be fighting the rear wheels wanting to spin you out. Spin is determined to get over me in the air, isn't he? So far, I've managed to hold him off. Hobo back there in fourth, just behind, I think, Charlie. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to this, so I'm not sure exactly who he's behind. But yeah, so not only do I love this car, it's treating me well. It is returning some of that love right now by helping me maintain first, and right now a pretty decent first. Finn must have encountered some sort of hiccup there. And speaking of hiccups, my frame rate decided to just shit the bed for a minute. It happens sometimes. GTA is an old game, and occasionally it goes, I forget where the code is, and it freaks out for a second. And yeah, so that happened. So get the jump done. Hopefully don't get stuck like I did in previous cars. Beautiful, beautiful. But now I have oncoming traffic. Hi, Hobo. That cost me a second or two, but not too bad. But it did put second right on my booty, and it looks like third's not too far behind him. For a second there, I thought the dot ahead of me was going down, and so I had to double check the position. No, I am. So, did he have to respawn? Is he back? No, he's still in the car he borrowed, which is mine. By the way, does this car not have the option to put your own personal plate on it? I just realized I don't have a personal plate on this car, and I almost always put a personal plate on the car. So I either overlooked it, or it just doesn't have the option. So this next section is where my lead may disappear, because I just don't know all of the like shortcut lines on the mountain. And the ones I do know, I haven't practiced enough to execute them without problems. So I'm not really brave enough to take them. Though it looks like maybe Sven tried it, or whoever was right there behind me, tried it and didn't pull it off. So I went temporarily to second, and now I'm back to the first. And once again, a pretty decent lead. I don't expect to hold on to it, though. I never win World Offroad races anymore. I never win any of our races anymore. Like, everybody's just gotten so much better than me in racing, which is fine. I still have a ton of fun racing, but I'm almost always bringing up the rear end on our actual racing that we do. Maybe it's an aging thing. God, I really hope not. Like that, I will be really disappointed. Like if racing games become a thing that I just can't really take part in all that much, because I'm getting up there in years. I'm still officially the world's oldest 15-year-old, but that oldest part is starting to take a bit of precedent over the 15-year-old part. Yeah, it's a thing. But hey, at least I've started exercising more, so that's a good thing. That's why I was outside earlier. I went for a nice, brisk afternoon walk. Grabbed a water bottle, because God knows going around the block is enough to dehydrate you when you're out of shape and overweight. So I took water with me. Didn't wind up needing near as much as I thought. It's still sitting here to my side, like 3/4 full. But I've been exercising because I know that later this year I'm going to be doing a lot of walking. So I need to be able to do a lot of walking. And if I just sit here on my ass all day and don't get some walking in now, I'm not going to be very happy when I go to TwitchCon in San Diego in November. That's right. I'm going to be there. At least that's what it looks like right now. If you guys don't know, I am City Planner Plays Twitch moderator. And if you don't know who City Planner Plays is, and if you enjoy city builders, go check him out. But I bet you already know who he is. But I was Twitch moderator, and the other day in one of his streams, I was just mentioning that we needed to have that he needed to host a meetup at the next TwitchCon. And so he put me on the spot. He's like, hey, if I cover your costs of going, will you go? And I'm just like, it's a free trip, yes. You know, it's like, who's going to turn the plus San Diego? I've been to San Diego one time for work, didn't get a whole lot of time to really explore, but the bit that I was there, I fell in love. And I kind of have this, Charlie got done what Finn could not. He got the in-air overtake done. Yeah, I fell in love with San Diego, and I have kind of a love affair with the Pacific Ocean. When I went to the Philippines, I don't know, the Pacific Ocean, you know, I've seen it now from a couple different continents, and it has a vibe that other large bodies of water doesn't. The Gulf of Mexico definitely does. The Gulf of Mexico just smells bad and it's dirty. The Atlantic Ocean, it's fine, but it just seems to be kind of cold. I don't know, even when I was in Florida in the Atlantic just, it looked like, hi, I would like to freeze you to death, thanks. Did I just kill a bird? Man, the Pacific has such a vibe. I've never really been able to quantify it or really explain what it is, but there's just something special about the Pacific Ocean. So I'm really looking forward to that. I hope it definitely does all work out. You know, things could change between now and then. Oh, my God. Speaking of things changing, I was in the lead, and I have just ballsed it up coming back up the mountain. I'm just not doing so hot, which makes me sad. Yeah, so if you're going to be at TwitchCon in November, keep your eyes open for news. Once I have confirmed that I am 100% certain going to be there, I'll let everybody know, and we'll find a way to meet up somewhere. If not inside TwitchCon itself, then maybe for lunch or dinner somewhere. Oh my God, that's almost a perfect run. But I then went to the other side and hit and stopped dead. So if I wouldn't have bounced so far back to the left, that would have been good. And I just realized I just spent a long time talking about TwitchCon in San Diego. I'm sorry, I was supposed to be talking about World Offroad of the races. But you can see for yourself what's happening. Do you really need me to explain it? You can see that I sucked, that I did really well in the first half, and in the second half, I let it all go to hell. And, you know, now I'm in third. But at least I am in third, and I hope I can hold on to that, but I really think Hobo pulls off something at the end, if I remember right. I know he did in one car, but I think he did it twice in the same day. Because we recorded all 4 races on the same day. He is gaining on me quite a bit. I just rolled over, so now he is right there. Like, just right there. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try to get over the wood pile, but I failed. And once again, landed on my roof. Yep, that's going to give Hobo an opportunity again to get around and steal that podium from me. Very frustrating, but you know what? Well done, Hobo. And well done to you, dear viewer, for watching today. I greatly appreciate it. There are so many different ways you can spend your time, and you chose to hang out with the 5 of us here in the World Off-Road Race while we did silly things in cars in places they were never built to go. So thank you. I greatly appreciate it. We're going to take a look at the leaderboard in just a moment. But congratulations once again. Oh, no, this was Sven. I thought Charlie got it. Congratulations to Sven. I lost $1,700. So you should have let Charlie win. But that's going to do it. for this season. Until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.